Hello my dear students, welcome to my channel. Today in this video we are going to discuss a class 10 summary of the poem Vachana. With very few points and in short we are going to see the entire meaning of the poem and understand it. So stay tuned till the end of the video and do not miss any part of it as it is going to be very informative and useful for you all. So let's get started with the video, but before that students, if you are viewing my video for the first time, do subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon and also share it with your friends. Okay, so let's move on, but before that there's one good news for you all. The good news is that we all have come up with a Scorpio class Hindi channel for you all, and in this channel you are going to find all the Hindi SSLC lessons, explanation and question answer videos. Okay, so to get the link of this channel, do visit the description box, find the link, subscribe to channel, like and share and take the fullest benefits. So this was the good news, and with this good news let's move towards today's video and the summary. So we are going to see about the poet first. The poem Vachana is written by the poet Basavarna. Now Basavarna, he lived during 106 to 167 AD and he was a great social reformer. Because he is so famous, you all might be here knowing his name, and he's a very great social reformer, and he had strove to build a new social order free from caste, class and orthodoxy. So as we know, during olden era, we had lots of superstitious beliefs and caste and class and creed system in the society. It was very orthodox. So Basavarna was a social reformer who has strived very hard to bring a new social order which would be free from all these problems. Okay, and then he was the leader of the medieval religious movement, Veerasaivism, of which the Kannada Vachanas are the most important texts. Okay, so he was the leader of the medieval religious movements and also of the Veerasaivism, the religion of Veerasaivism, and of which the Kannada Vachanas, the Vachanas which are written in Kannada, are the most important text in that. Now, it dramatizes several of the themes and opposition's characteristics of the movement called Veerasaivism. So, during Veerasaivism, whatever was happening, the society was not good or the discrimination was done. So, all those things are the theme of these Vachanas, and the oppositions are seen in this poem, in these Vachanas. Okay, so other great poets of this era were Akka Mahadevi, Allama Prabhu, Devara Dasamaya, and these were the few great poets of Shaivism. Okay, so this is about the poet, well-known poet Basavarna. So now let's move towards the poem and learn and understand that what are we going to get in this. So the summary of the poem. Here we start. So this poem gives us the idea of Veerashaivism, which revolted against idol worship and the buildings of temples which people from certain sections of society could not enter. So as we saw just now that Basavarna, he was a social reformer, he fought against caste system and all the other discriminations. So this poem gives us the idea of Veerashaivism. Now this Veerashaivism, this group of people, they revolted against idol worship. They did not believe in worshipping an idol. And the building of temples, which the people from only certain sections of society were allowed to enter, like only higher class or rich class, whatever it is, it was categorized that only this class or this sections of people would be entering the temple, and others, the poor and the low caste people, will not enter. So this kind of society which was there, the rules, it was, the Veerashaivism was against that. They revolted against that. They wanted to remove this rule. Okay, so this poem is based on that. Now, it was also a revolt against the caste system, which laid down that only some people could ever hope to realize God. Okay, so this was also a fight, a revolt against the caste system. Now, upper class, lower caste, and very low class system, it was prevailing during those times. So here, this was the poem, or this message started from this era, that they wanted to fight against this and remove it, because during or when they were following this caste system, only few people they were allowed to enter the temple, and only they could hope to meet God or realize God or see God and pray in the God's home. The rest of the people were not allowed. They were not able to realize about the God or pray to him after going inside the temple. So they were not allowed at all to go into the temple. So it was a revolt against this caste system also. The others could only hope to serve the upper classes dutifully. So the other people who were not in the upper class, were those who were in the lower classes or lower caste, what was their work? Their only thing was to hope to serve the upper class people, not to hope to realize God or pray God, but only to hope to serve upper classes dutifully. So whatever the upper class people say, they have to follow them and do the work dutifully, and they were not given any opportunity to go inside the temple. So this was the condition of the society. Now here the poet desires to please God by building a temple for him, but is a poor man and hence cannot do so. So one such feeling here, poet is also feeling for himself, that he wants to please God, he wants to pray God, he wants to make God happy by building a temple for him. But he cannot do this because he is a poor man. He don't have so much of money like the rich people do, like the rich people and high class people are doing. They are building a temple, they are pleasing God, but they are not allowing the poor people go inside. So the poet feels that how can I do? What shall I do? He is feeling helpless. Now poet wonders in anguish whether he will ever be able to please God. Now because he is poor, he is not able to build a temple to worship God or please God. He thinks, he wonders in anguish, in anger, in fear, that whether he will ever be able to please God, ever be able to make God happy, because he don't have money. How will he build temple and how will he make God happy? So this is the thinking which is going in his mind. So he dedicates himself to the service of God by treating his legs as the pillars of the temple, his body the holy shrine, and his head the cupola or the golden dome of the temple. So now what does the poet does? Because he doesn't have money to build a temple, he dedicates himself to the service of God. He treats himself as the entire temple. The legs are the pillars of his temples. He feels that I will serve God in whatever manner I can. My legs are my pillars of temple. My body is a holy shrine, like the holy statue or the God statue which is there in the temple. And his head is the cupola or the golden dome of the temple. Whatever dome designs you have on the temple, he says, my head is that cupola, that dome of the temple. So entire temple is in me. I have pillars, I have the shrine, holy shrine, and I also have the golden dome of the temple. And I am dedicating myself to service of God. So like this, Basavanna decides and dedicates himself to God. Now since he is not allowed to worship in the temples, he decides to worship the Lord in his own heart and yield to his every wish. So why does he dedicate like this to himself to God? Because he is not allowed to worship in the temples. He is not allowed to enter because he is not of higher class. So he is deciding these things. And he decides that he will worship God in his own heart because he is having his whole temple in his own body. So he will worship his God in his heart and yield to his every wish. Whatever wish he is having, he will tell to God and he'll pray to God, and he will please God by his made temple, that is his body. His legs are pillars, his body is holy shrine, and his head is the cupola of gold. Okay, so like this he treats himself. Now he consoles himself saying that things standing shall fall, meaning that buildings will be destroyed by wind, rain and sunshine. So here he means to say that the buildings which are made, the temples which are constructed, they may fall one day because of the destruction of the wind and the rain and the sunshine, because it may not last ever and ever. It may not last forever. So why does he say that? Because he wants to console himself. He wants to satisfy himself by saying that these are not going to stand forever and ever. It is going to get destroyed one or the other day because of heavy wind or rain and sunshine. But now he is happy that the moving ever shall stay. meaning that he will be able to carry the temple and his God forever with himself. Why is he happy? Because he consoles again, he satisfies himself by saying that the moving ever shall stay. The soul which is inside will is forever and ever. The soul never dies, it's immortal. So he's very happy that my temple, which is moving ever, and it will stay forever because I'm carrying a temple in my soul, and his God will stay with him for himself. Because he has considered the Holy Shrine and God in himself, he has dedicated himself to the service of God. He feels that it is not going to die, it is not going to fall or get destroyed, and it is going to be forever and ever. And that's his soul he's talking about, right? Because the soul is immortal and it never dies, only the body dies. So he's happy that at least his temple is going to be with him forever and his God is going to be with him forever. Now he says, the heart filled with devotion towards the Lord shall ever stay immortal. Okay? The heart which has the devotion towards the God, the true love, the true devotion towards his Lord, towards his God, shall ever stay immortal. It will be immortal. It will never die at all, and it will always be in his heart and soul. So, with these beautiful words and the love towards his God, he is written this beautiful Vachana. So, with these few words, we conclude this video. The poem comes to an end. I hope this was an useful video for you all. You all understood it, and if you liked it, do hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, do not forget to visit the description box for the Scorpio class Hindi channel to take the fullest benefits. So students, we'll meet you soon. Till then, stay safe and take care. Thank you.